everyone, and welcome to another Zoom chat. I am Clive Adams, and we've got a big announcement for you today. But let's see who we've got joining me first. First up, Bowls Australia CEO Neil Dalrymple. Welcome, Neil.
Thanks, Clive. Great to be here.
We've also got, well, let's call him just the Australian Jackaroos coach right now, because that goes to our announcement. So the Australian Jackaroos coach, Gary Willis. G'day, Gary.
Hi, Clive.
And the Right at Home National Marketing Manager, Glenda Manny. How are you, Glenda?
Hi, everybody. How are you? Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, all going great. Well, we have a big announcement to make, as I said, and, well, let's not delay it. The Right at Home are going to be the naming rights sponsor for the Australian Jackaroos. What a fantastic announcement we're making today. And Neil, let's go to you first, because obviously we know that BCIB are exiting as naming rights sponsor. I'm sure you want to issue a thank you to them first.
No, for sure, Clive. And look, it's very exciting today, and acknowledging BCIB, the support of the Australian Jackaroos over a number of years, and more broadly as a continuing sponsor of Bowls Australia and many bowls associations and clubs across the country. So a great partner, and certainly welcome to Right at Home. We really appreciate their support. They've been a partner of Bowls Australia's over the past 12 months, and elevating to this quite prominent position in the sport is very exciting, and can't wait to work closely with Glenda and her team.
Glenda, start us off. Tell us a bit about Right at Home and the services that you provide to the community and beyond.
Firstly, thanks, Neil. I wanted to acknowledge that we feel the same. Very excited to be on board. Thank you. Right at Home. Well, Right at Home is one of Australia's leading providers of quality in-home care. And we provide care and assistance for seniors and those people living with a disability. And we assist them to maintain their independence and live safely in their own homes. So Right at Home is an international business, was founded in 1995, has over 700 offices across the globe. But here in Australia, we started in 2014 and with one office actually, and we now have 35 offices across Australia. So it's been a massive growth.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, your role in the community must have been, I just imagine over the last couple of years, in particular, with everyone doing it tough and perhaps not seeing their family and friends so much, your role must have been huge.
Yeah, absolutely. As you would know, people have really struggled and been in isolation, not been able to see their families, not been able to cross borders. So Right at Home, or home care in general, is an essential service. And Right at Home have been in very high demand over this pandemic, and they've been there for families to go and assist anyone who could potentially be having an operation, need some support when they get home from the hospital. Families are interstate. Right at Home were there to assist, bring them home from hospital and look after them while they were recovering. We were there for people who ordinarily would be there to support their families, and we were there to support elderly people, those living with a disability, for all the basic things, whether it be transport, assistance with shopping, daily living, or, bathing, showering, companionship, all of that kind of thing. So Right at Home really have been able to support Australian communities over the last couple of years.
Fantastic stuff. Look, Gary, and to you, Neil, but perhaps Gary first. Tell us about the importance of having wonderful partners like Right at Home associated with our elite athletes.
Yeah, I mean, it's key to everything in high performance sport or elite sport. But I think the thing, for me, Clive, is you need to have the right partners, and that's the key of that relationship, I think. And the role that Right at Home play in the community, the care they provide, sort of really resonates with us as Jackaroos and our culture. So the philosophies of the Jackaroos are people first, and the sport second, sort of thing. So we actually really care for our people, and the contribution that Right at Home make to the community, is foremost in the front of our mind, and we're really looking forward to the ongoing relationship and that developing with Right at Home. So we're very excited.
And to you, Neil, the Jackaroos are traditionally so successful, and these partnerships are an integral part of that success.
Oh no, for sure, Clive, and I think what Gary just said is very important, and it's also, I think, the alignment of our brands and our values is clearly, from what Glenda just said, it is a very good fit, and the importance that bowls clubs play and providing similar type services that Right at Home does too is also is relevant. So yeah, look, I think it's more even reinforced with the conversation today about how strong this partnership will be, and we're really looking forward into the future. Yes, the support of the Jackaroos is fantastic, but it's more broadly, this is a community and a family of bowls that we are in, and bringing companies and businesses like Right at Home into the family is very important, and we see it as very much two-way and benefits both ways. So looking forward to it, and looking forward to catching up, particularly with Glenda soon at the BPL coming up.
Yeah, well, Glenda, we know that the relationship's been there. We've alluded to that already. The relationship's been there since last year, and we've already seen some wonderful stories being shared, haven't we? I know the wonderful Lucas Protopappas, and we've seen some great stories already out there.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's what really made our decision to extend our partnership. We were amazed by the incredible stories that were shown by our partners, Bowls Australia and of course SEN. And these stories were just unbelievably heartwarming. People who were recovering from illness, who had been elite sportsmen in other sports, people who'd been struck by diseases such as cancer and that sort of thing. Bowls was their light, and this is what helped them return to some sort of level of normality. And it really gave them encouragement, it gave them a goal, it gave them an opportunity to mix with the community, to feel normal. And that's what we love about bowls. It's so inclusive. People of all levels of ability can participate. Men and women participate. The Jackaroos are men and women's team. It's just wonderful. It's absolutely fantastic. And all ages, from nice, sprightly young Jackaroos to anyone in their 80s. So we're absolutely thrilled and proud to be part of this. And Lucas in particular, he starred in our recent TV ad, and his story is absolutely incredible. I know he works with Bowls Australia quite closely, and Lucas, born with cerebral palsy, he wanted to excel in a sport, and Bowls allowed him to do that. And we are just so proud to be featuring Lucas and be aligned with a sport like bowls that we're absolutely thrilled with this partnership.
I think we all are. He's a wonderful young man. There's no doubt about that. And Glenda, your awareness of bowls, I know you've enjoyed the BPL and the Australian Open over time, but I think it's perhaps the fabric and the culture of bowls clubs that's really drawn Right at Home into this relationship.
Oh, absolutely. You wouldn't necessarily think of a home care company sponsoring a sport, but because bowls is about the friendship, the connection, the socialization, as well as the competitiveness and the joy that brings. Bowls is really part of the Australian psyche, and there's a bowls club in every suburb and in every town in Australia. And Right at Home actually delivers services both in metro areas and in regional areas. And we want to expand into just about every suburb in Australia. So for us, it's about that connection with community and allowing that community to and our clients to connect with people that they can have friendships with and really enjoy their time and get out and about in their local area. And Bowls offers that, and it's just an incredible space where people have mates and support for life.
Neil, that's striking a chord, isn't it? I mean, our clubs are so important in the community, and just touching on those stories, there's so many great stories out there that we can't wait to share.
Well, and I mean, I just actually experienced it in the last 2 days. I was up in a place called Albury on the border of Victoria and New South Wales. And while I was with a group of people, and some of you are familiar with this, is Bowls Great for Brains. And it is about what they do is deliver programs, Glenda, at bowling clubs for people who have suffered post-traumatic stress. They are suffering from some mental health issues or depression, and bowls is the conduit to get them back into life and assimilating back into the community. So, I mean, it gives me, I get quite excited by the power of what our brand and what our sport can do, more than just playing the sport and winning, which is important for the Jackaroos as we go to a Commonwealth Games this year. We want to win gold medals, but
yes, let's
it's
not
just
forget
more
that.
than that, isn't it? It's more than that, because it's about changing people's lives. And when someone says to me, which I won't mention any names, but when someone says to me, I've tried to commit suicide a couple of times, but bowls is what has got me, is given me purpose with my life. And then I think, wow, we've got something special.
That is absolutely so special. And, you know, that's where our values align. You know, we're here to support vulnerable people in our community. We're here to assist them achieve their goals. And be they old or living with mental health issues or living with a disability, you know, that's the purpose. And our mission is to improve the quality of life of those that we serve. And I think that aligns so beautifully with what Bowls and the clubs and communities are all about.
Brilliant. Very, very well said. Gary, give us a rundown of what's ahead for the Jackaroos, because obviously the last couple of years have been a little bit tricky, but 2022 looks big and busy, I reckon.
Yeah, it certainly does, Clive. It's been a long time between international events, that's for sure, pushing 2 years now. So, yeah, we've had to do a lot of rescheduling, as has many people in their lives through COVID. So, you know, we've tried to manage it the best we can online. This type of, you know, the Zoom platform and other platforms have been very useful, and we've used them a lot. But I can't wait to get back out there amongst it and play some international teams. We've basically crammed our program, starting with a trial in March, or BPL in a couple of weeks, and then our trial in March, for first trial for Birmingham. Both para and Open Jackaroos will all come together for the first time in a long time. I'm sure they're just as excited to see each other as they are to compete against each other. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, very, very busy lead up to the Com Games in July.
And I reckon, I just reckon the Winter Olympics on at the moment's got to get those, just the competitive juices flowing, I reckon, watching Australia win gold. And you must be finding it hard not to fast forward a little bit, Gary, into the Commonwealth Games and think what might happen there.
Oh, absolutely. I think it all, you know, it started with the Olympics, didn't it? And then the Ashes cricket, and then Ash Barty, and now the Winter Olympics. I think anyone representing Australia in anything gets the blood pumping and the Australian pride pumping. So yeah, no, mate, we're really excited. Can't wait to get back amongst it.
Now, of course, we've alluded to the BPL a little bit. That's coming up from February 21 to 25, and there might be a few people thinking, I've heard Right at Home mentioned at a BPL. Well, of course, BPL 13, we had the Right at Home Challenge up there at Pine Rivers, and basically players selected from the crowd to come out and have a go on the TV rink, and one bowl to send it right at home to the target, land that bowl right at home. And I don't think we had anyone actually miss their opportunity.
No.
At BPL 13. So the pressure's on for BPL 14. If you're heading to the Moama Bowls Club, which hopefully you are if you're in the area, from February 21 to 25, you'll get the opportunity to be part of the Right at Home Challenge at BPL 14. And if you can successfully complete the challenge, you'll go home with some wonderful BPL merchandise. So another great partnership with Right at Home right there, Glenda.
Yeah, absolutely. It was such fun to watch, and the crowd got so into it. So yes, hoping they do the same at Moama.
Yeah. Look, Glenda, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the wonderful partnership with the Right at Home Australian Jackaroos, of course. And if people want more information about Right at Home, where can they head?
Yeah, well, we have an extensive website with lots of information for people. It's www.rightathome.com.au, or if you need to call 1300 363 802, and any of our offices across Australia would love to help. So looking forward to hearing from people who need our assistance.
Fantastic, fantastic. Gary, good luck in the lead up to the Com Games. Some interesting times ahead with trials and trying to figure out who the best are to get over there and have a crack, but I'm sure we'll all be cheering for the right at home Australian Jackaroos.
Thanks, Clive. Much appreciated.
Thanks, everyone.
And Neil.
Thank you.
And Neil, as usual, thank you for your time, mate. Will we see you perhaps having a crack at the right at home challenge yourself at BPL 14?
I often put my hand up for these things, but I never get chosen, you know. So I think I just might make an executive decision this time. So I'd like to have a go.
Imagine the pressure, the first person to miss.
I'm bowling quite well at the moment, so I fancy myself. So let's see. I'll be there, of course. So I'll look forward to it.
Oh, I hope you get a chance, Neil, and I hope that you get it first time.
we have to make that happen. All right, that is it from us. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next time.